What's up everyone, welcome back for another video, and for today I'll be showing you guys how you should go about painting your plastic parts. So for like your side skirts, front lips, bumpers, you can all just follow this method. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so I'll be going through the steps that I take to paint these plastic components and of course show you the final result. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. First step, what I do is I use soapy water and I just clean off everything, make sure the whole surface is clean. So you can always just use a bottle sprayer, but I don't have one, so I just take a regular water bottle and I mix water in it. So I'm just gonna pour it over and then I'm just gonna wipe it down with some clean towel rags. Okay, this shouldn't take long. I mean, at most 5 minutes, depending on how many pieces that you have. And just give it a quick wipe inside and outside. Don't be lazy. Okay, just wipe it through like this. Nothing special, nothing difficult, nothing crazy. Just wipe it through. When it's finally nice and clean, we can move on to the next step, which is to sand it down. I usually start with a 400 grit, okay, and then I finish it off with a 800 grit sandpaper. So I will just basically just sand the whole thing down with 400. Okay, try to focus all the small little edges here all around, and then I'll do it over again with 800 grit sandpaper. So just want to go to like just light pressure and just let the whole just let the sandpaper flow through with your hands. Okay. Okay, so I just finished sanding the side skirts and of course the front lip over there. So I'm just gonna start with the next step for the skirts. So right after sanding, I wipe it off with some soapy water. Okay, and then right after that, before I spray the first part, which is the adhesion promoter, I would use some alcohol and I will wipe it down. Okay, so for the next step will be the adhesion promoter, first coat, and then 2 coats basically of adhesion promoter, and right after that I will sand it again and then we can go for the base primer. So just go for 2 light coats. You do not have to hold it down and like give it a very wet coat. You don't have to do that. It's better if you give it light coats instead. So just follow my rhythm, something like this. Just keep it simple, keep it light, because we'll be going for 2 coats, alright? Okay, so this is after the first layer, the first coat of primer. So as you can tell, you can see it's very powdery, and this is very normal. I just giving it a very light coat, and you guys will see after the second and third coat, you can see it starts to take the full gray solid color. But just be patient. If you get something like this, it's totally fine. Don't worry, this is how it's supposed to look. Okay, second coat of primer. Alright, so this is after 3 coats of primer. So what I'm going to be doing next is I'll just wet sand it down with 1000 grit, and then right after that I can hop on straight to the color coat. So the reason why I want to sand down after primer is because after primer the texture is a little bit powdery, it's a little bit flaky. So if I want a smooth finish, I always have to sand it down. Alright, so let's go. So right after primer, I'm just going to give it a quick wet sand. I'm just going to go through it once with 1000 grit sandpaper, just to make sure the surface is smooth before we move on to our color coat. Okay, so moving on to the color coat, I'll be using Morrison brand, and then this is the color coat for the car that I'm painting for. So to find out where the color coat is, it's just at the door panel of your car usually. So the ratio that you have to mix between the color and the thinner, it all depends on the brand that you're using. So for example, Morrison, it says here, let me get it to focus, 100 to 130. So what this means is if I use 100 milliliters of paint, I can put 100 milliliters of thinner or 130 liters of thinner. Basically a 50-50 mix is the safest. Okay, so before you do any mixing, always stir thoroughly. Okay, just give it a good mix. Never ever forget this step, especially for the primer, because primer is a little bit thicker. So once that's done, I can start to pour into my mixing cylinder. 150 parts of paint. Okay, so now I just need the thinner. And there, you are done. Should be good to go. So that's it. You can start to paint. So I'm just going to be showing you guys the difference between no clear coat and clear coat. Okay, clear coat makes a huge difference. It gives off that finishing touch, that shiny look, that metallic shiny look that everyone is looking for. So your clear coat, same thing. 3 layers. First 2 layers are kind of like light coats, and then the last one we go slow and give it a final heavy coat. Okay, so let's go. Alright guys, job's finally complete, and I'm pretty happy with the finishing result. It looks pretty sick, honestly. I like this color a lot. It's a titanium flash from the Mazda. So this body kit actually belongs to a customer of mine, Mazda 2. So I decided to make a video about it. And of course, if you found this video helpful in any way, please feel free to drop a like, comment if you have any questions, and of course subscribe. Alright guys, so thank you so much once again, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys, bye.